Beyond Fake News here. I'm making this video to talk about Michael Dunn and the Jordan Davis case that's going on right now. For those of you that don't know who Michael Dunn is, uh, I'm not sure if he's a Florida resident, if he lives there or not, but this happened in Florida. Similar to the Trayvon Martin case. I really don't want to spill myself into it because we all know how Florida can be when it comes to verdicts and such. You know, not just with black and white people, but like with the Trayvon Martin and the Casey Anthony cases, where you have the accused that clearly just gets off, and it's like, how did that happen? You know, I'm not understanding how Zimmerman got off. I'm not understanding how Casey Anthony got off. But like I said, I'm not going to say that that's going to happen with Michael Dunn, but it is happening in Florida. For those of you that are following the case here, I really don't like to compare this case to Trayvon Martin because with Trayvon Martin, it was basically your word against Zimmerman's. There were no real witnesses other than the people that heard everything that was going on in the Trayvon Martin's case. Nobody saw what happened. People heard what happened, but nobody saw anything. But unlike that case, with this Jordan Davis case, there were multiple witnesses, and that's an advantage. For the prosecution, okay, because basically the defense is going to have to discredit everybody that saw what happened, okay. Now, a couple of things that I want to talk about in this video that don't make sense to me, and I'm not understanding why the prosecution didn't point these things out, but there is no surveillance video outside, so nobody saw what actually happened outside, okay. There were surveillance videos inside of the gas station, and luckily with the surveillance videos inside the gas station was clear, and the video recorded sound also. So I'm gonna see if I can get a snippet of it. If I can't find it to download and put in this video, I'm gonna leave a link to it in the video so you guys can go, you know, look at what I'm talking about and see what I'm referring to. Okay, so in the gas station video, you had the attendant checking people out. You can hear her talking, you can hear the people talking, and then later in the video, you heard the gunshots going on right outside. And they were very, very clear. Very clear. They were so clear you would thought that the gun was going off inside of the gas station, right? When you hear it, listen to how clear that gunshot is. Now they're inside of a building. You have doors, you have windows, all of these things insulating the inside of the building from the outside. But you could clearly hear the gunshots going off. Okay, now if the sad music that the defendant was complaining about, if it was that loud to the point where it was rattling his car and he couldn't hear himself think, if the sad music was that loud, why is it that during the whole time on the surveillance tape we could not hear this sad music? Now the where the attendant is, where the lady who checks you out, where her cash register was, and where the camera is, the door to the entrance to the gas station is right there, and that's where they were parked. So my question is if the music was so loud, then why isn't the windows or anything else being rattled in the gas station? And another good question is why is it that we can't hear the music in the video? I mean, if it was that loud, you would be able to hear it, being that the car was right there by the door. I mean, we clearly heard the gunshots, but I never heard any music to the point of where it was just that deafening and that loud to the point where Michael Dunn was swearing up and down that he couldn't hear himself think, you know? You know, my take on this case is this is a white male, and he told these kids to turn the music down, and the guy in the back seat, which is the victim, basically was pissed, you know, and I would be pissed too. If you don't hold any authority over people, you can't tell them what to do in a public place. Now if this was your private property, that would be one thing, but this is a public area and you hold no right to tell anybody what to do. The people who govern public area is police, and if you had a problem, you should have called the police, okay? If you had a problem with the music, if you were only there to pick up something, then you should have just dealt with it or moved your car. But the thing is they were there before Michael Dunn was there. Michael Dunn chose to pull next to these people, and if the music was loud, he should have then moved his car. It's not like they came in and Michael Dunn was there minding his own business. No, they were there minding their own business when he comes up on his high horse and feels that he has the right to tell somebody what to do. And you just do not have the right to tell people what to do, especially in a public area. Okay, this is not your private property. You don't hold any right to tell anyone what to do. Now, I was looking at the defense. Here's another thing that that bothered me about this situation is that he fled the scene after he murdered someone. And they have everything that he did after he left. He went back to his condo or hotel or wherever, ordered a pizza, went to sleep, and went somewhere in the morning. And they had to basically put a warrant out for his arrest. Okay, and the, you know his attorney is just trying to make it sound like this guy, he doesn't have a violent history. He's not confrontational. He gave himself up when the police came to arrest him. Well, I have to say I hate defense lawyers like this, because you want to make it seem like just because he surrendered peacefully that he's not confrontational. But he had no problem with being confrontational the day prior to when he opened his mouth and said something to these young black males in this car. If he was not a true non-confrontational person, wouldn't even open his mouth to anyone. Okay, if you are trying to avoid conflict, you're not going to instigate or try to tell someone what to do. You would just simply remove yourself from that situation. Okay, serious. I mean, that's how I would do. If I have a problem with somebody in public, I don't walk up and tell them, stop what you're doing. No, I just leave the situation. So he already showed right there that he was confrontational. And then the defense is also trying to talk about how there was a weapon in the car, but they still to this day have not found any weapon, in the truck of the victim. They have not found anything. He said basically that when they left the scene, well, when they fled the scene, the Durango, when the victims fled the scene, that's when they had time to stash whatever weapon they had in the car. And that's just absurd. Okay, because you have a young child dying in the back seat. They didn't flee the scene. They left the scene because they were being shot at. They were trying to get away from the scene, but when they saw that their friend was shot, they came right back to the scene. And I think there was a witness who actually saw them when they backed up out of, and went to the behind the building or wherever it was. There's too many fucking witnesses. If there was another gun, it would have been found, and they never found another gun. I mean, I have no problem with white people, but there are people out there with white privilege in their mind where they feel that they can tell you as a black person what to do. And if you do not fucking comply, they can get angry and do whatever the fuck they want to do to you. And that's not right. The only thing that I can say, that if this guy is not found guilty I'm just going to tell my brothers and sisters, it's time to arm up. If you do not own a gun, you need to go buy one now and get your license to carry, because it's open season on our people. They're killing us for no reason. Okay, they're killing us because we cursed them out now. I mean, Trayvon Martin wasn't even fucking doing anything, and he got killed walking home from the store. Another case that's coming up in the summer is Renisha McBride here in Michigan, being that Wayne County is pretty much black. I'm hoping that there will be a very fair trial with her situation, because this is a black female who was shot dead seeking help, going to someone's house. And then you have another case in Florida where the police killed a black man who had just got into an accident because a white woman felt that he was trying to break into her house when he was actually knocking on her door to get help. All I can tell you guys is arm up. It's time everybody needs to go get your license, and and be as trigger happy and as ready to kill a motherfucker as fast as they are to us, period. Because I'm just really praying that he doesn't get off. But we're talking about the state of Florida, you guys, and we've seen more stupid shit go fly by in Florida than ever. Okay, like I said, Casey Anthony, clear as day that she killed her daughter and she got off. Okay, George Zimmerman, clear as day that he didn't have life-threatening fucking injuries, but yet he gets off for So no, this guy, he was never attacked. If anything, he was verbally assaulted, but that's not enough to warrant killing anyone or disarm or shooting a firearm in public. So if this guy gets off, you guys, the only thing that I can tell you is just everybody needs to gun up. Everybody needs to get a gun and get your license to carry. And as soon as, if you're in a fucking stand your ground law, in a stand your ground state, shoot to fucking kill and say that it was standing your fucking ground. Because apparently, if they can do it, we can do it too. So that's the only thing that I can say. I mean, I have no problem with white people, but some white people are just fucking crazy. They're paranoid and scared, and I just want to say they're like brainwashed from what the media portray every black person to be, and that's going to get them fucked up in the end, especially if we start going their route and doing what they do. Just shoot a motherfucker and then ask questions later. So I hope this was informative. You guys take care. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe.